Hello. Welcome to 2MB Studios and Cross Pollination. Welcome to 2021. Goodbye to 2020. I'd like to kick it off. Go, begin, start, engage, enlist, enact, impart, originate, inaugurate, set in motion, commence, establish, implement, open, get underway, birth, create, align, achieve, institute, initiate, enter, root, follow my hunch, jump the gun just to beat you to the punch, imagine, immerse, imprint, impress, expound, expose, explore, express, revamp, revive, review, revolt, realize, release, realign, reapproach, get it popping, cracking, jumping, rolling. Let it slow down, tightly controlling. Pulling all stops and inject a little soul in every opportunity and diabolical obstacle that's humanly possible. I'm not gonna fold. Pool resources to never take a dive. Shake God's hands firmly and look in my maker's eyes when it's time to meet her. Say I made the most of my time. But in the mean, I hope that I find every reason, mission, goal, and purpose and let you know your voice and your vision are anything but worthless. And it's good if what you create and say makes you a little nervous. It means you're offering more than mere lip service. It's your thoughts, ponderings, ideas, and dreams. What you see is right and wrong and everything that's in between. Sure, ideas and your theories and your contemplations, because you are more unique than some constellations. So from now on, your sign is not on the dotted line, but that sense of urgency turned tingle in your spine. It's a wrinkling of time where it seems to stand still. where you're floating instead of falling like an anvil. And I can kill, come clean, confess, admit to my sins, my failures, and all my bad habits, and be renewed, reborn, remember with reverence. We were expressing from the moment we were born, and we have been ever since. So I'll go first and hit you in the heart with a dart, and hopefully now you kick it off. Go, begin, start. 2022. It's right around the corner. 2021 is going to be like a lot of transitions. And we're going to want to visualize how our lives are going to kind of come back together, what shape we want, what we had from before that we want to leave behind, and what we have gained in the meantime and learned about ourselves. And rest in peace to everybody that we lost in 2020, including MF Doom, DJ Indiana Jones, and my pops. Speaking of having a vision, one thing I think that is necessary in today's musical landscape and the way that people take music in is through visuals. So today we have a special director's edition of Cross Pollination, where we have 3 directors from across the country. We're going to bring out, we're going to share their work, and we're going to talk to them a little bit. Make sure you join us in the chat. Anything you want to say, any questions you have to bring, you are more than welcome to participate. And I think we're going to go ahead and we're going to begin on the East Coast with somebody who I know through the people that I grew up with that moved out into not to the East Coast, I mean the West Coast. The people that moved out to the West Coast, I'm talking about like a great friend, Kate Lamont, and another good friend, DJ Spread. Who have kind of made a home in the Bay Area. And I've met a lot of really great artists and got to experience a lot of really great artists' work through that. One of them is a visionary photographer and director whose work I first noticed on Instagram and was really inspired and wanted to do portraits based on his photographs of different hip hop artists in the Bay Area. So let's go ahead. Without further ado, we're going to bring out Noble, coming to us from the Bay Area, from Richmond, California. Thank you so much for joining us, Noble. How you doing?
Good. I'm yourself.
Good. Good to see you. Yeah. So you are, so, one of the things you do is direct music videos. You're also a photographer. You're also a music producer. You wear a lot of different hats. Maybe you do some other stuff too. But I know that everything that I've seen that you do exceptionally well. And you put a lot of soul and a lot of like vision into it. What is the similar your philosophy? Do you carry a philosophy across these different disciplines that allows you to kind of tie into the same thing?
I don't know if I really think about philosophies that much. I just kind of do what feels good to me. I'm not, when I set out to do something, I'm not like thinking of a specific plan in mind. It's just a lot of everything I do is kind of freestyle based. It's more like I don't have a ton of, when I shoot music videos, it's not a lot of pre-planning. It's more, let's hit the spot, we'll see what there is, and then everything from that point on is just like vibe and feel and whatever catches my eye, whether it's architecture or shadows or anything. Could be anything really. But yeah, a lot of the philosophy don't follow too much. It's more a lot of freestyle.
Yeah. So the process, it seems like when your videos are really rooted in place. Like a lot of them, you're outside, and the nature and environment is every bit as much of a star as the artists in the videos. Can you talk a little bit about that and kind of like your process of shooting, deciding what to shoot?
Yeah, I guess when I'm shooting, I feel if I catch too much of the artist, maybe it wouldn't grab my attention as much, which, the artist is the main focal point always, but I always want to pull from the environment to tell a little bit of the story of the surroundings. I don't know, it just kind of creatively sparks, I don't know, energy into the stuff I'm shooting, I guess. But I feel like grabbing the surrounding area just kind of helps tell the story and gives a bigger picture to the video that I'm shooting. You're on mute.
I want to throw to one of the videos. This is a collaboration you did with Ninth Wonder.
So this is Ian Kelly. I'm part of this collective called Grand National. Ian Kelly signed to Jamla Records, which is Ninth Wonder's record label, and the song's produced by Ninth Wonder. We shot this. A lot of my video shoots are like, hey, I need a video and we need it done by tomorrow. So this one was like, I don't remember where he wanted. I don't think there was many options for shooting it. So I was like, yo, just come to my garage. We'll shoot it in my garage, and we'll make the best of it, see what comes about. And he needed done in like 2 days because the project was dropping in like a couple days. So it was, yeah, that's how like a lot of my videos kind of start and end up. It's like last minute calls, like we need this done like ASAP. So let's just shoot it.
Yeah, and I'm sure that like that's opportunities come about because you're able to accept them and be in the moment. Cool. Let's check this out. This is a Ninth Wonder. This is produced by Ninth Wonder and
Kelly, Ninth Wonder.
Yeah. All right.
I don't hear any audio.
It's muted.
Yeah.
Sorry, TJ, give me 1 second.
No problem. Pay no attention to the man behind the curtain. That's part of music business. We roll with it.
To the lessons that you gave me, to the road you started paving, to the love there's no replacing, to my niggas I'm done waiting, I said, to the life that you gave me, to the life you started saving, to the game there's no replacing, to the reason there's no breaking. I've been shaking from the world that's on my back, but ain't no fold. We play these cards the way they dealt. You told me better watch my hands and watch these sins, but in the end I lost you, dog, and that's the truth. If I could simply bring you back, I wouldn't hesitate to move, and that's the truth. I've been trying to resurrect you in this booth. You always told me I should move without a noose. I tell them most of my strength, it came from you. It came from proof. This nothing new. And I've been trying to find new meaning in this life. They press record, I put my soul up on this mic. Game 6 said this mic is my life. It's my life. You told me never lose my sight. Even if I go blind, be the best. Even if I was a hustler with grind, blow your mind the way we elevating time. Let me shine, let me back up on the countdown. Reason to these rhymes like, told me better get your mind right. Told me better clear your whole sight. How do we climb if we scared of height? How do we live if we scared of life? You ain't die, you gon' live through me. Uncle Shannon got weed in the Hennessy. I got the vision and the remedy. I call it preparation, let me breathe. I reminisce on the things I call bygone. If heaven got a ghetto, then I'm trying to reach Zion. I reminisce on the things I call bygone. If heaven got a ghetto, then I'm trying to reach Zion.
That's dope. Nice, man.
Dope. Thank you.
I think that I notice you work a lot with hip hop and R&B artists, maybe that's part of the whole cultural thing. But just being able to freestyle, being able to work within limitations and use that to be creative,
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I see happening, and that's what I've seen happening in the whole like Grand National crew through the whole pandemic, is taking these limitations and creating a strength in the numbers of everybody there.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
Yeah. Let's go ahead and we're going to bring out our next guest. This is a director. We're moving east now to Indianapolis. This is let's welcome Jake Huber to the show. Hey, how you doing, Jake?
What up? I'm doing good, man. How you doing?
I'm doing great, man. Good to see you. Good to see you.
Yeah, that last video was sick.
So thanks, man. Appreciate it.
Yeah. So yeah, you're here. I mean, like, I think I see. You know, I think both of you work with a lot of hip hop artists. Which, you know, what is it about hip hop that you think is drawn to it, or why has that become such a foundation of your art form?
I don't know. I mean, the community here, at least in Indianapolis, has always been welcoming, you know, with open arms. And I feel like a lot of people have shared that same experience. But when it comes to hip hop videos and stuff, usually with, you know, one artist, so you have less talent to deal with, and, you know, you can focus on one subject, and it keeps your treatments kind of simple.
Mm-hmm.
I really felt what you said, Noble, about like getting hit up like last minute, like, hey, you know, we're dropping this in like a week. Can you do something? And I've gone through that nightmare many a times where I'm like, holy shit, that's insane.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, and like what you did is perfect, dude. Like, simple is beautiful, and it worked.
So appreciate it.
What same question for you, Noble? Like, why is it that you think you've been you know, pulled into the R&B and hip hop world more than anything else?
Well, I'm a music producer, and I just picked up a camera 2 years ago and started taking photos. And then about a year and a half ago, I started shooting videos. And I don't do it full time. I mean, I got like a 9 to 5, and I'm a music producer, and so I got like, you know, tons of different hats, full time parent and stuff like that. So, but I just went into that field because that's what I've been making, is hip hop music and stuff like that. So I'm more of a music producer first, but I love the visual aspect and stuff like that. So and none of the people around me had that going on. They're always looking for videographers, photographers, and so I kind of got into the photo field, and then just kind of somehow got into the video world by happenstance. I don't know.
Yeah. That's dope. I want to throw to a video by you, Jake, because we were talking about kind of freestyling and being creative in the moment, but also, man, you have an ability to and I've seen, to just really plan out a vision and take an idea for a song and take it all the way like 110% and really fulfill it. So I want to, I want to play this video by Poindexter, because, you know, I can just imagine the process of just like, you make the beat and you just know exactly like, okay, like to do this all the way, you're going to have to build a set and do all this stuff. And like it kind of, you kind of have to fulfill that vision, and you really went all the way with it.
Thank you, man.
Yeah. So let's check this out. This is Poindexter, and I think you'll understand the theme of what I'm talking about when you see it.
I can improvise it too right now.
Yeah. So can you act it out? This is what we're talking about with the freestyle.
Hey, sorry. This is twice the producer's been on the show now. This is great. You're gonna have to be a little bit more specific about what's the name of the video, because you need to find it. What is it?
Poindexter Jeopardy.
I don't think you sent me that one.
Really? Oh,
yeah.
I'll put the link in right there, right now. Then. I was on it, guys. This is my bad.
I'm good.
It's the first of the year, you know. Did I put it in? Did I give it to you?
What up? I keep the heater right next to me. I cannot be putting my life in jeopardy. That's why I'm moving so carefully. Sweaty headed niggas gon' be the death of me. If you come at me with jealousy, you can get hit with the 38 specialty. Yeah, for sure. Look, right around town with that stick in my lap. You get a cat. Looking like Ricky get shot in the back. All of these niggas that tough on the app. See me in public, they give me a dap. Come on, bro, you know it's just rap. Why you gotta act like that? All of these niggas is bitches. All of these niggas is snitches. Pull up, I don't leave a witness. Wrap that shit up like it's Christmas. I'm feeling like Dennis the Menace. A young nigga false like a dentist. They just tryna tarnish my image. You all in the mix like a tennis. Play with them racks like it's tennis. That's probably why I keep the heater right next to me. I cannot be putting my life in jeopardy. That's why I'm moving so carefully. Sweaty hater niggas gon' be the death of me. If you come at me with jealousy, you can get hit with the 38 specialty. Yeah, for sure.
Boom, boom. Nice. Nice. Yeah, man. Tell me about the process of creating that video.
Man, I just have a good relationship with I would say 5 artists in town. We text on a daily or weekly basis, and whenever they do a song or something that they really like, they'll send me the rough before it gets mastered and stuff like that. And Pollination sent that to me kind of as a joke, just oh man, check out look how insane this beat is. And ever since then, I've always had the fantasy of doing a game show set. So I was just holy shit, we gotta make this happen. Are we gonna get copyright, infringed on this beat? And I know the beat has a note that's tweaked just a little bit, just so it doesn't flag on YouTube and stuff like that. But it's always been a music video fantasy of mine, do a twisted, game show parody. So, and he is the perfect on-camera personality. He's just so high energy and super, weird and eccentric. So it was just it made perfect sense in my head.
Yeah, it's a nice mix of weird and eccentric, and then just kind of just in the pocket, just this real hip hop. So it's a little bit of a juxtaposition coming from him, which makes it more delicious.
For sure. I'm glad you liked it, man.
Yeah. I want to go ahead and we're going to bring out our next guest. We'll bring him right out, and then we'll show a video. But this is let's go ahead and bring out John, who goes by Rose Glenn, and is our 3rd director on our show today. What up, John? How you doing?
I'm good, man. How are you guys?
Thank you. Good. So John's joining us. You're joining us from just outside of Boston, correct?
Yeah, that's right.
Awesome. So tell me about how did you find your way into directing? Because you do music videos, but you direct a lot of different other kind of content.
Yeah, the music came first. The music stuff came first. I had honestly took video production, TV production classes in high school. Loved being able to manipulate what was going on around me in the editing room. And ever since then, I just kind of bought a camera after high school. And, all my friends just grew up. They were all writing all the time, 15 years ago when they were, in high school and stuff. They were always writing. So it was just natural that I just started filming what was going on around me. And then before you knew it, people were like, "Oh, I'll give you $100 to come here and do this." And, I was 18, didn't have any intentions on this being a career at all, So
$100.
it was whatever, I'm going to be there anyway. Right. And I was doing it for free regardless. Why not just take the 100, and then a few years goes by and you're like, yeah, maybe I should try and actually learn, take this the next step. That's pretty much what happened. So then I had a good relationship with one of the, probably the number 1 hip hop promoter in Boston, Leeds Edutainment. So he was bringing out everybody, so I always had access to shows to shoot whenever I wanted pretty much. So that's really how I got to know more and more people, at shows, having all access, meeting people backstage. And then those opportunities arise where, you get to direct, future videos for other people that, it's just networking. It just spirals. Nice.
Let's go ahead and, go to one of your videos. This one is just sick, so I'm just gonna throw to it. This is Oblivion from with Who I Am.
Oblivious.
Huh?
Oblivious.
Yes, Oblivious with Who I Am.
Be like water. Welcome to Babylon, motherfucker. Silly Green shit.
Look, I ain't trying to be a statistic. They say that this shit's a cop up. My family come from housing, yo, I ended up a drop out. You do the math, I'm just playing the cards they dealt me. Most blinded by the riches, I'm just grateful that I'm healthy. Y'all can't help me, only I can save myself. Lesson you learn when you climb from out the flames. I had to live to tell about it. This is for the ones that never got the change. So every time I start to bug out, it's because I know they understand. My teenage years was spent hustling grains. Lot of drugs and drinking heavily and fucking up plans. Looking back upon a whole lot of shit that I ain't proud of. A lot of situations that I should've never made it out of. Played the coward and the liar and a thief, drug dealer and abuser, the pariah and the leech. I'm a first-hand victim to the violence in these streets and what it takes to put it all in perspective and try to take this for the questions that I never thought to ask. All the conversations we might never get to have. I put it in my rhymes so y'all can know that I feel. So you look me in my eyes and y'all can tell that it's real. Say, this is for the questions that I never thought to ask. All the conversations we might never get to have. I put it in my rhymes so y'all can know that I feel. So you look me in my eyes and y'all can tell that it's real. Yo, I got up on my man the other morning for breakfast so we could kick it. Spend a minute, that's my brother and I miss him, but it's different. Not the love, that shit's forever and no changes cause of distance. Prison to the clinic, addicted and sick shit, man, I never turn my back. Yo, we hit me and I got it, I'm there. Held me down for years, can't compare the bond that we shared. Reminisce when we was eating about shit back in the day. Showed me pictures of his daughter, she about to turn 8. Said he was working for a while, but yo, that shit didn't pay. Asked him what he's doing now, he said he's back with his pants. He proud felony conviction, said to keep you out the workplace, especially in Addy, sentence without a court date. I dropped him off and when we dapped, I held him tighter, let him know that it was love and that I'm grateful to your fighter. Life's a choice, it's unfortunate that someone never see it. Ain't no secret, just be in peace and appreciate you breathing. For the questions that I never got to ask, all the conversations we might never get to have. I put it in my rhymes so y'all can know that I feel. So you look me in my eyes and y'all can tell that it's real. Say, this is for the questions that I never got to ask. All the conversations we might never get to have. I put it in my rhymes so y'all can know that I feel. So you look me in my eyes and y'all can tell that it's real.
Yeah, it's dope, man.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, I remember when I first saw that one, and it just has just a real strong emotional core. Like I watched that video and I feel like I know the artists and where they're coming from, you know?
Yeah, and to these guys' point, that was one of those yeah, the album's out, I got to get a video done type of thing. So we're like, oh well, you know, like almost like a day in the life, but the song's very literal, so it didn't take much, you know what I'm saying? Got access to a diner, you know, which was tough during COVID, but we knew this, you know, whatever.
Yeah.
It is, you know what I mean? So it was like, that was the biggest headache, you know, it wasn't really a well thought out video. It was just, it's more recent, you know, than anything. And his music is always kind of stands, you know, I've made videos of him just standing in front of a black and white screen, and it's, you know, it's always emotional no matter what. So not even as deep, like the songs, not, you know, I mean, he wears it, you know, so.
Yeah. And it's something I've seen like from all three of you. And, you know, certainly it's like, it's okay to, you know, to just sit back and kind of experience it. But it seems like all three of you guys took this year, the year of COVID and social distancing, and were able to advance your art despite that, you know. Can we talk about that a little bit? What was it like? How did it change the whole aspect of shooting and everything like that?
Who wants to go?
Yeah,
go forever.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of an answer. I mean, it's, you know, it all depends on the person, I guess. You know, I've had to bring like a COVID compliance officer to a couple of my sets where you do like routine like temperature checks, and then you know, to fill out a questionnaire of like the standard questions like everybody's probably been asked already about, you know, have you been exposed to COVID? Have you traveled internationally? All that stuff, just as like precautionary stuff. But I mean, as far as I'm concerned, everything I've done or any shoot I've been on, whether it's my shoot or a friend's or just anything I've been hired on, everybody's been safe. Always had a mask on. It's been smart, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. I think, yeah, and I think it also just seeing like, especially, it seems like with Grand National, it was just like, you know what, we're going to have a creative bubble. You know, and it seems like that is like a family of people that are creative together, and took that opportunity of being kind of stuck together to almost have like a creative renaissance throughout the year. Like, would you say that that's accurate? Can you talk about that, Noble?
Sure. Yeah, I would say it's definitely a Bay Area creative renaissance, especially with Grand National. There's just so many artists involved in the collective, and within the group, I think it's bringing more focus and more eyes to what is happening in the Bay in terms of music, and on my part, visuals, because I kind of contribute a lot visually, also musically too. But yeah, I would say that, I mean, sure, COVID has definitely slowed things down, like especially the first beginning of first half of the year, just because no one really knew what was going on. And then, you get used to like precautions you can take with masks and stuff like that. But at least with my shooting, I'm not on huge sets or anything. It's mainly me and the artist or artists, and we go out and shoot somewhere. So I don't really have like insurances I need to fill out or anything like that. So it's more like how comfortable the artist is. I mean, I'm dealing with artists that don't want to go out anywhere. So it's like, it's really comes down to how comfortable the artist is.
Mm-hmm.
And I take my precautions, so it just all comes down to comfort, really, honestly, in the world of COVID.
For sure.
I mean, my whole plans changed. So I was like the first 3 months, I didn't know what to do. I did a shit ton of lyric videos, did a whole lot of editing, stuff like that. But no one really wanted to shoot. And then honestly, that stimulus check came and everyone was like, I'll take a lyric video. I'll take a I was like, okay.
So get ready for round 2.
Yeah, right. We'll see.
Sure.
I got sick of doing those quick, but it was like, I don't know what to do. Am I going to be stuck home? I got to, whatever. So I started doing those. But yeah, for the first few months, I was just like, what am I going to do, man? Like, I was supposed to be out shooting a bunch of festivals and running around, and I was supposed to be in Milan in March, like 3 days before it fucking, you know what I mean? And then, a whole bunch of trips got canceled. So, it is what it is. I just had to rethink, like my whole career. It felt like now I'm doing a whole lot of live streaming and gigs like that.
So one thing I wanted to talk about, because we were talking about a little bit touching on lyrics, and I feel like maybe that is one aspect that is attractive to somebody that creates visuals that go along with lyrics, because in hip hop, you have so much imagery that's coming at you that you can react to in so many different ways. How is it that you kind of go about conceptualizing a video? How do you play into it? What is the role that you take with the artists? Like, how is the concept born?
Jake definitely had the most conceptual video, so he can speak to that.
For sure.
But, sorry, I'm gonna forget to ask this. Noble, who was the artist again in that video? Because I really want to check him out. That shit was fire.
Yeah,
Which one?
Your video, the one we showed. Ian Kelly?
Yeah.
Okay, word. Sorry to interrupt. I just needed to. I was meaning to ask that.
Hey man, part of the show.
And so when he said Ninth Wonder, I was like, holy shit, But I've been like rediscovering Murs like the past like two weeks, I guess, from his most recent release and all that. But yeah.
Nice.
I mean, some stuff I'm like really tongue in cheek about, I guess, when it comes like that video, obviously Jeopardy, then like retro Jeopardy set, but I'll try to like, I don't know. I think Noble was saying this earlier. It was along the lines of like, you just kind of go with the flow, like little pre-production goes into it. Like once you land in a spot, you'll kind of figure stuff out. I kind of take that approach too. I might do like a day or, a half day to do some little pre-production, and I'll at least like get a setup or two that is somewhat related to the song or has something, whether it's imagery or a location or some sort of storyline. But other than that, I'm a huge fan of like stylized performance. Because in the day, like if someone's watching your video, like someone, 50-50 chance someone turns it off halfway through, but if it looks good and, people will keep going. So I'm kind of in that mindset right now.
Yeah.
How long did it take you to build that set though? That was crazy.
About a month. Yeah.
Oh my God.
It was built outside of that studio, and then it took like 2.5 days to build in the studio.
Wow.
Yeah.
I want to go ahead and throw to another video. We're going to go to another one by Noble. And this one has a few different artists. The song is East Shore Highway. So yeah, we'll check this out and come back and talk about it.
Cool.
Search through your romance. If your love is only one, I want to do the wrong.
Sharp, Brookfield. Look, lay up line, boys. I'm Shep on the rip with no bar. Do songs. Yeah. Lay up line, boys. I'm Shep on the roof with no ball. The niggas hating at the bottom, praying on your downfall. I'm from the ground, I stand around like I'm 8 feet tall. I pull up on a nigga park like who really want ball. Not at all, don't fuck around, y'all don't really want war. GPS to the money, but what's a minor detour? I'm on my way to blow a bag. What you want from the store? You think we just a couple niggas, but I see way more. Settle the score on my Fuji lie. Knock 'em out the window on my NOI. Real niggas multiply. Queen want that UNIT, but why? I tell the truth, but y'all love hearing all them lies. Like y'all gon' run up in Area 51, or that anything matters more to the government than the buck. Get your issue, cough up a lung where I'm from. Get down and lay down, your day's been past, done. Mama said I was wise, I told her to stop it. The wisdom putting bread in none of my pockets. Years later, more haters, more plastic and white. Told her she'll never go broke while making a profit. Yeah. And you don't stop. Y'all see what this is? Let's go. I'm Commodore, but the commas on. Real niggas in my chromosomes, like Shep when I'm in the zone. I'm on fire like the Amazon. Or the house when you fall asleep with all them damn candles on. Get your game woke up, this for like 92. Crack music, East Shore Deuce. Meet me by the zoo. Banana clips, they mad at this. Quiet boys and savages. These two bad monkeys out the bed for the averages. Ain't no need for the zoo, cause we the animals. The cops eating us alive, but we the cannibals. I've been real since the randomals. My buddy, Teddy Buck spent on the bus and steady cussing. No bluffing, don't be mad when I'm acting with no discussion. Numbers look like we caught the Russians. Can't write it off, I don't trust it. When it's time to cut y'all some slack, I ain't giving you niggas nothing. Nothing. Mama said I was wise, I told her to stop it. The wisdom putting bread in none of my pockets. Years later, more haters, more plastic and white. Told her she'll never go broke while making a profit.
Oh, that's so dope, dude.
Thanks.
I'm gonna be listening to that all night. That's just dope. Yeah. So let's you had Monty Draper in there, who we had on our last show. Just like an incredible MC whose output this year has been just ridiculous. And just like high quality. It's keeps coming with it. As a producer, who's become a director, do you when you create music now, do you envision a video for it? Do you have a whole vision when you create something? Does that happen?
Nah.
Separate process.
I'm only creating the music portion of it. I mean, if I was like a MC or a singer, then that might be a different story. But with the music, I'm creating a story with the music, but the story is really not filled out until the artist is on there and they have their own story they tell. And that really adds to like more the visual aspect. The music is just like an abstract sort of thing, and the artist will come in and kind of lay down a direct message or a visual element to the story they're telling.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and then you have sometimes the element of surprise where an artist writes about something in a way you didn't expect, but then that becomes like, oh yeah, that's what that beat was about. You know, it's I always love those transcendental moments.
For sure.
Yeah. So what are some goals that you guys have as far as, you know, with directing? Like what are some of the next things that you want to accomplish? It's open to anybody.
I'd like to accomplish something like Jake did, a month planning building session to build a like, big set like that. That was crazy.
Appreciate it, man. I'm just like, personally for me, you know, I mean, like, as far as where I'm at, where I live and stuff like that, my goal is to, you know, get like either some sort of regional or national attention to the artists I work with in Indiana. That's like the big goal, what I'm doing.
So yeah, honestly, I've fallen back from music more than anything since COVID hit, because I was really loving going out and hitting shows and shit and festivals. And honestly, now like I've just been focusing more on other things. I've been working with other brands and just doing some, like I said, live streaming gigs and just content for brands where, you know, it's not as fun. It's not really where my heart's at, but it's like, it was worth it. You know what I mean? It was like, I'm sick of like chase, you know what I mean? I had shit to pay for, you know what I mean? I had to so like it being a full-time thing kind of gets in the way of like the passion. So like, honestly, my goals right now are like, just keep working with higher end clientele so I can charge more, up my own personal value for, you know, because I only have so much time, you know?
Right. I think this would be a good time to throw to another video by you. This is by a small, little independent venture called Grand Theft Auto. So you made a video for Grand Theft Auto. Let's go ahead, talk about, we're talking about, you know, kind of partnering and using your creative energies and in big ways. Let's check this out.
All right.
Yo, I've been right, I've been wrong, but I never been good. Game of Thrones do devilish things like only kings could. Peppers like Bigfoot, legendary beast. Versus fucking with your youth like the septons of a priest, though. Now they call me soulless, I'm so lawless. Trap rappers, what you call this? It's just flawless. If skills were valued over beats, dog, I'd be a mogul. You could tell when Tab raps that he's superior to locals. Curious with vocals, I've been illy since the bottom. Once they caught him in, I never got off like Hillary Rodham. Shit, I do my time. Get scrutinized while they deep deny the truth. For me to fall for that too, I got too much pride. I navigate the treachery, traveling through the depths. If they throw dirt upon my name, I throw gravel upon their chest. No success without death to achieve it. I'd slaughter millions, heart stop a bomb dropper like ISIS in the pavilion. What I've seen in my life has driven me to madness. Now I can't help that I'm a savage. You can't take my pain or my scars. I don't feel rain till it pours, but still I could turn your sunshine gray, and your life will fade away. I ain't come to play. I could turn your sunshine gray. I could turn your sunshine gray. So get the fuck up out my way. Never been a saint, been caught up, boxed up, locked up. Lost trust, pray that God was the answer, got up. Lost love, those that can't stranded me in open air. Vultures picking meat off my bones, I scream when no one there. For over years it crushed me, I swear. Now I have no more tears, the only plus, no more fear. I would tussle the polar bears, slap the fuck out of tigers, swimming tanks full of sharks. These are just examples when life dismantles your heart. And you can't hold the candle to what I do with this art. Cause what I do with this shit, I'll forever do in the dark. True, but when I spew, my flow would ruin your arc. Still shining when I'm rhyming, son. Your sight was my coup d'etat. And fuck your Louboutins, cause blood is stain any shit. Y'all remember pain, but pain will never remember you, so I inflict it. Ain't it sick in my mind is driven from the altruistic to sadistic in its condition. What I've seen in my life has driven me to madness. Now I can't help it, I'm a savage. You can't take my pain or my scars. I don't feel rain till it pours, but still I could turn your sunshine gray, and your life will fade away. I ain't come to play. I could turn your sunshine gray. I could turn your sunshine gray. So get the fuck up out my way. What I seen in my life has driven me to madness. Now I can't help that I'm a savage. You can't take my pain or my scars. I don't feel rain till it pours, but still I could turn your sunshine gray, and your life will fade away. I ain't come to play. I could turn your sunshine gray. I could turn your sunshine gray. So get the fuck up out my way.
Super cool.
Go.
Thank you.
And what people don't understand is that that whole video was motion capture like Gollum. So you had to really, no, I'm just kidding. Yeah.
That's not the first one I've done like that. I've done another Grand Theft Auto music video like that.
That's it.
Yeah, man, it's just, I'm not a gamer. It's a long story, but I was trying to like take a breather one day really. And like, I was like, I can't watch movies because I'm like obsessed with film. So, I was like, what can I do to just distract myself? When I read, I get like hungry to like work, you know what I mean? So I'm just like, dude, I needed something to just distract me. And I was like, oh, I'm going to buy Grand Theft Auto for the PC. And it was like director mode, blah, 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 blah. And I was like, what's this? And I found the Rockstar editor, which like Rockstar built into it. I don't know if you guys are familiar with that. But,
yeah, it's awesome.
You can basically, you guys will like this because you understand how cameras work, but you can take like normal gameplay where the camera would just be wherever it is, like you took a screen recording, but you can go in and then move that camera around anywhere you want and set keyframes and just track it anywhere. So it's like having a 3D world you can just play with and kind of manipulate, you know what I mean? So it's really cool. You could just have like your character standing on the corner, but you can just move the camera around the block and then go capture what's just actually naturally happening due to the algorithm of the game,
Yeah.
And it's so crazy. I didn't have shit to do. I was stuck inside, so I fucking made one of those.
Yeah. It's cool. It's super cinematic, it tells a story. Like all that wouldn't matter if it wasn't like telling a story really well, which it was doing.
Right. And I've seen dudes like so after I realized you could do this, like first thing I did was see if anyone had made like music videos out of it, and nothing good. But I did see short films that people made that were like incredible. I felt like I was watching a movie, and it was all like director mode, and they'll download all these things and they'll build shit to add on. Like it's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah.
All these mods or whatever I think they call them. I don't know. Forgive me if I'm using the wrong term, but like it's crazy. People make crazy like short films.
Yeah. And to me, I think filmmaking is becoming more accessible in a way that kind of home music production was more accessible, like as far as being able to make a higher quality product at home. And so I think what happens is you have some people that have been kind of in there and grinding. You guys have been doing it for a couple years. But, pretty soon you're going to be like the OGs, or if you're not already, you have people looking up to you, and wanting to follow in your footsteps and be directors. And I think that's like a great thing is all three of you guys are filling a void in the scene. And that's in a way how you kind of became in the position. Nobody was doing this and it was really needed. And it's really an essential part of any scene. So I don't remember what question I was going to with that one, but like, I just feel like you guys are like going to be mentors if you're not already, and people are going to be coming up to you and asking you. You guys are laying down a lot for people, and I think it's really cool.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah. So I think here's a question. What are some things that an artist needs to understand before they come to you and say, I want you to make a video? What are some of the basics that they need to know?
Like just expectations with what they have for money, because it's not like I try to explain to people, like if I charge X for a video, and basically, like, I try to explain to people that when I'm not pocketing a bunch more money when you invest more into this project, all it means is we can spend more time on it. We can build shit. We can, like, you know, I'm sure Jake didn't spend a month of his own time. Well, maybe he did, but you know what I mean? It's crazy to ask someone to like build, you know what I mean? For you, we can build a set out for a month if, you know what I mean, you have the budget. That's not, people get scared. I think local artists who don't really know the business end of things at all get scared when, you know, they don't want to just throw a bunch of money at someone they've never worked with, or, you know what I mean? Things like that. But again, I think I got off track. Sorry.
No, that's good.
Can you, yeah, go ahead.
It's always budget for sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
If people have high expectations and no budget, then they got to realize, you know, the amount of labor that goes into making something that, you know, they show one of us, oh, I like this video because of, you know, this location, you know, these special effects, these actors, these props, these custom things, you know. It's just like, it's like you have to understand, like, you know, I'll price it out for you, and then like, you know, people get bummed out about it, but that's life. It's pricey, you know. But you know, if they have something that will benefit the crew, you know, whether it is a write-up on a popular publication, if it is a premiere on a YouTube channel, you know, it might make it worth people's time, like donating their time to, you know, have a portfolio piece saying, oh, I dropped a video on, you know, World Star, no jumper, stuff like that. Like, you know, that's the thing you put on the resume, and, you know, you can use that to book future clients. So if artists have those plugs, then that is attractive for someone like me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. What do you think, Noble? You?
For me, man, I hardly ever work with budgets. It's all if I like the music or not. A lot of the stuff I do is in-house, kind of with a lot of the folks around me. So I'm like, this is like my part-time gig is music videos. So you know, I would love to do it full-time, and of course I'd love to like work on big budget type stuff. I'm more of a guerrilla type shooter, where it's like I just go out in the field and we just hit streets or a location. That's why I say I would love to do stuff like Jake, where it's just huge sets and you're building it for, you know, a month and it's crazy stuff. But with me, budget's not important. It's more artistic value, and whether it's gonna, like, when I'm editing a music video, I want my head to be nodding the entire time. I don't want to be like, damn, this shit sucks. Like, why am I editing this video? Like, I really want to be like, I'm almost making the beat, and I'm like, you know, while I'm making the edits, I'm feeling the music. So really, for me, the most important part is just, does the music hit with me? Does it vibe with me? And if it does, then, you know, we can work. If there's a budget, great, awesome. That's sick. And hopefully one day I'll fall into those worlds of big budgets. But
on the artistic tip, Noble, like on your last video, like you nailed it right on the head, because like you had that location, and I mean, I don't know what that location is, but I assume it's a dope location. Everybody probably shoots there, either stills or whatever, but you like found that master wide shot, that 14 or 16 mil, you know, hi-hat looking up shot with the silos in the background. And you're like, oh shit, that's my sexy master shot. And you like embrace that. You kept everything smooth on the gimbal or the slider or whatever you did. And like and then you like made it monochrome. And that's what made that video, you know, super high contrasty. And you always cut back to that master shot, which is like super sick. Like people are like, where the hell is this? Like, you know, so that's, yeah, just how you described everything. That's what I was thinking during that, when I was watching it. I was like, oh man, like the song's dope. You don't even need like an interesting visual, like story driven, at least, you know, like you had this, you know, to a T, just interesting all around. So
yeah, something to be said about the artistic direction, you know, is the videos I just did, we didn't worry about budget. Those were non-existent budgets. Those are two friends of mine those are in-house type of things, like similar to what you guys are talking about. You know, it's funny that it's just that, you know, I still do free shit for my friends, you know what I mean? But it's like when someone's inquiring that I don't know, and like Jake said, it just, the expectations really need to kind of meet, you know what I mean? As long as we have we can come to a realistic, you know, you know, common ground here. We're what we expect, then, you know, I'm all for it. But to Noble's point, I have been in that situation where I've been editing music videos and I want to blow my brains out because I'm like, this is the worst song ever. Why did I agree to this? You know, I have been there.
Yeah, I mean, video is a time-intensive process. You know, editing video. It's more than anything. It's time. It takes so much time. I want to go ahead and go to another one of Jake's. He was dropping all the technical jargon, and I didn't understand it, but it really made it sound like he knew. So,
my bad.
no, I love it. I love it. And seeing you guys talk and make connections is what the show's all about. This is Baby Ebony. Do you want to give us a little intro to this?
For sure. Baby Ebony is one of my favorite artists, probably my favorite artist I work for in Indianapolis. He's just an overall this good performer. He can sing, he can rap. He's an actor. He had this really heartfelt song when I first met him, just about his struggles when he was in high school, stuff like that. And he was a background actor in something I was shooting with my buddy. And he shot me and my buddy Alex Falker his EP. And this was the last song, the song that he didn't like really think of much for visual for, but this was the song that instantly hit my head, and we had to like go balls to the wall to make it happen. So it's kind of tongue in cheek with the story, but super story driven, super powerful. Probably one of my favorite videos ever done. So
awesome. All right, let's check it out.
Yeah. 15 years old, popping pills that ain't prescribed. Hard being black in this world, trying to survive. Mom's getting beat. All I could do was cry. Pop wasn't shit, but just angry all of the time. Nothing left to do but take my little ass to school. Find a way to cope, pop pills to get me through. I ain't do this shit cause I thought it was cool. It was either that or grab a gat. Whoa. I was always high, yeah, heroin high. I could barely keep my eyes open to do a test. I was so depressed because I'm young and I stressed. I didn't understand the true meaning of life or death. Lost my nigga wreck. From suicide, my best friend. I could truly say that I'm dead inside. It's more of a happiness instead of a drug. Made myself believe I need to get high to love. Until somebody pray for me, pray for me, make a way for me, say the day for me. You see you fall when I pot these to the face, homie. What's left to say, homie? Damn. Pray for me, pray for me, make a way for me, say the day for me. You see you fall when I pot these to the face, homie. What left to say, homie? Damn. Run back to you for real. 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 Back. Please don't run away from me, from me. Back. Please don't. Yeah. Remember when we cried? Remember when we tried? When we had to rely on each other, but fuck it. I remember being broke, I had to shorten my budget. Didn't understand the type of man that I was becoming, you know.
So good.
Yeah, video was. I liked the color grade a lot. It was dope. Everything
Thanks,
about that
man.
was dope.
It's like 6 different cameras, so it was a bitch.
Yeah, I can imagine. We try to. Yeah, it's a bitch even shooting. We shoot with 3 of the same cameras most of the time. You like talking head stuff, and it can still be a bitch if one person just fucks something up. Yeah, I can imagine.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, good job with that.
Yeah, that was powerful. Yeah, I can totally see that too. It's, kind of understand his perspective of this is a slow song. It's at the end and you coming along and seeing, but here's the visual and this is powerful. And this is, it's not the song that's going to make you shake your ass, but it's the one that's going to move you. And you had something to contribute to that. So, yeah.
For sure.
Yeah, that was dope.
Yeah, good job, man.
Thank you.
Yeah, man, that was great. Man, I really appreciate you guys coming on, talking, just getting to kind of like pick your brains and hear about your process and everything that you're doing. I asked you guys to be on here because I'm just really big fans of your work, and just kind of your work ethic. And I think that's huge. I've seen you guys just continually make moves. And just kind of rise and just become really essential parts of the scenes that you're serving. So, I appreciate that.
Thank you. Appreciate you, man.
Appreciate it.
You guys have any closing words or shout outs or anything you want to before we cut out?
No, just nice to
thank you, TJ, for everything you do. And, TJ's helped me, this year with some custom commission art for a short film I'm doing. And, I appreciate you, man. I remember seeing you when I was like 14 years old at the indie hostel.
Oh shit. Yeah. Uh-huh.
I was like, holy shit. Like the first time I ever seen anything like what you do. So it's cool to reconnect with you like this.
Right on. I appreciate that, man. It's 2022. And we got to let the people in our lives know that we appreciate them and we love them. That's really what I'm all about this year. I mean, it's 2021. Sorry, I just I'm skipping through it. But we gotta let the people in our lives know what we feel about them and the people who are out there making work that really kind of saved us this year. Art, I feel like saved us in a lot of ways. And so I appreciate you guys coming on to the show. We'll be back in 2 more weeks to do another show with some more fresh guests. But please look up these guys' work, who they work with. If you want to get one of Slam and music video, if you're on the East Coast, Midwest, West Coast, they got you. Just, be realistic with your budget, okay? It's okay if you come to them with $500, but you're going to get a $500 video. Just realize that, okay? These are pros, and they make dope shit. That's what it's about. Y'all, I'm TJ Reynolds. I appreciate y'all. If y'all want to hang out for a little quick second afterwards. This is 2MB Studios. We want to thank Matt behind the scenes. We want to thank kind of Improv Boston, which created this community. And I'll see you guys in a couple weeks. Peace.